have to do some, do I need to do adjusting? I don't think so. Good morning. Welcome to Let's Caffeinate and Create with MJ. Thank you for joining me. I am here. It is Sunday, August 24th. Where has the summer gone? Goodness gracious. I am very happy to be here. I got this in my little box of goodies, which I still need to do an unboxing, which really isn't a lot of stuff, but still, I'm going to. I'm super excited to be here. As I said, I'm going to be playing with paper pumpkin because my mind, my brain, and I have not been in my craft room. So it's all good. We're going to play with paper pumpkin, make a few alternates, and all that good stuff. I have to turn my iPad on still. No makeup Sunday, I guess. Anyway, welcome. My name's Mary Jo Snyder. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the United States in a small town called Pulteney. If you are looking for me, you can look me up by name in my, for my website. You can Google me and find me all different places. So let's get to YouTube and find my video, turn down the volume, and see where we're at. I hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. I know I have been having a wonderful weekend. It's been great. So I'm not sure who all is going to join me, but we're going to turn this way. So when people hop on, I'll be seeing comments and all that great stuff. If you're here watching with me live, thank you so much. Welcome. And if you are here watching the replay, I totally appreciate you being here. If you are not getting notifications to my videos when they go live or when I post pre-recorded stuff or stuff from Facebook when I record there and do a live, go down to your notification bell. You'll see this little bell icon and you can click on that and select your notification preference. So that's always helpful. Again, if you're not a subscriber, be sure to like, subscribe, get those notifications going, and comment here. We'd love to know where you're from. And I appreciate all of my new followers as well as everybody that has been here since I started. So thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. We're just gonna get started. I'm super excited about this, and then we'll share some stories along the way. And please chime in if you would like to share what you've been doing this weekend. What fun things have you been doing? Have you been able to craft? Have you had picnics that you've gone to? Other things that you've been doing? I would love to hear all about your weekend and things that you want to share with me and everyone else here. So I'm going to reverse the camera. And we're going to flip that down to my work area. You're going to see that catalog cover again. Anyone needs a catalog? My shipment should be here soon. Just let me know and I will be happy to get a catalog for you. Shopping in this catalog for customers starts September 3rd. And just so you are well aware of that, you are able to, if you want to get things sooner, I can't open the catalog until it's live for customers. But if you want to get your hands on product, that new holiday product, new other things that you may have been seeing people using, then you certainly can sign up to be a demonstrator. I would love to have you on my team of Central Perks, and which also would get you on the Stampers with Heart team, which is Celine Kempton's team, and you would be under her as well. So a lot of benefits there with her as well as with my own team benefits. But if you just want to shop, you can hit that shop link in the links here on my YouTube channel, and I would be very honored to have you as a customer. And I like to send nice stuff when people place specific orders. And for this month, the month of August, I will go over that again. You will get the consumables. No stamped images are included. It's against Stampin' Up! Policy, but you will get the consumables for, oh, I'm missing one. Hold tight. It's here. These 4 cards. So $35 or more in my online store. I will give you the consumables such as the paper, the tags, the ribbon, all the things you need to create. I'll die cut the things, the pieces and whatnot. I'll send you links to the videos that I created these in. And this is that fun pop-up flip fold card. So you get everything to make these 4 cards. You would just need to use either stamps you have on hand or this wonderful perfectly paired stamp set with, well, the perfectly paired suite, which I laughed when I looked back in my videos and I spelled paired wrong, but that's okay. You have those things happen sometimes. But those are the 4 cards you'd get in a kit for the month of August if you choose to place an online order of $35 or more. So very exciting stuff going on. We are going to play with paper pumpkin, and we are going to make some alternates because, well, I feel like it. I have a lot of fun stuff here. They gave us 2 stamp sets in this kit. Very excited about getting Secret C stamp spot. I will be pulling in my Secret C larger ink pad because that's what I like to do. I'm going to grab some colors that I got some Happy Mail too. I was going to actually put it on, and maybe I should, and then I'll show you at the end of the video. My good friend, lovely dear Ginny Eck, sent me the cutest thing ever. So I will put that on so that you can see it when I am done with my video tutorial here. If you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, I will share the link in the description of this video following the video, and you could go directly to my online store to get a subscription. You can do month to month. You can buy a 3-month subscription. You can just buy 1 kit. You can, I think you can still buy just 1 kit. Not sure. 3 months, 6 month, 12 month. You can pay all in advance for those. Or you can do month to month, cancel anytime, no obligation. And, you know, if you did the subscription for 3 months, that would get you those cards in a kit, those consumables in a kit, because that would be the $35, well, it would be more than that, but you would get that threshold to be able to earn those for free. So that's always awesome too. These are the beautiful envelopes. They're all the same, and they are plain on the inside. There's some mini dimensionals. We have, let's see, oh, it's in here. We'll find our little cheat sheet for our stamps. I like how they tuck die cut things and everything in here in between pages so that you know what you got going on. Like nothing's falling out. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So, all right. So this is one of the stamp sets. It's got your Simply the Best. Thank you for your constant friendship and listening ear. Always here for you, for a great friend. The other stamp set for you. Thank you. Just to know you are loved. To say, forever your friend. Good friends are hard to find. I'm so glad we found each other. I love that. Hello, some floral images. You've got the flower pot, more flowers, and of course these flowers and some leaves, some background stamped images that you can use, and you've got XOXO. So you can pair these up like just a note for you, just a note to say, and you could put the good friends are hard to find. I'm so glad we found each other on the inside of the card. There's so many options with these 2 stamp sets. And isn't that a great perk to get 2 stamp sets in a Paper Pumpkin? You so get your money's worth in these kits. So again, it is a subscription kit program. It's not like the kit collection where you can just go shopping and get your things you like. This is one of the card bases. So you get 3 of those. So we're making, and it's got some flex on it, which is supposed to be that way. Same with the envelopes. It just kind of gives it a little bit of vintage vibe going on. Very country. It is, of course, called Farmhouse Florals. Right up my alley, right? Anything country is all what I love. We got these with flecks of, can you see those? The flecks of Secret C on the paper. Both sides. Love that. And you've got the tags that you're going to stamp on, which is super cool. Got some ideas with those. Got this awesome typewriter image. Love that. I saw some really cute ideas Rachel Tessman did, so you can find her on Stamp Your Art Out. YouTube is where she did her, these are beautiful, is where she did her alternates for this kit. They're absolutely amazing. So you got some more vintage country farmhouse themed die cuts here too. So I'm going to do 3 cards as they are instructed, and then we'll go ahead and make some alternates with some of the remaining things. So we're going to grab all the pieces we need. So I'm going to get a card base for each. Set all the other things aside in the box, and we'll get back to those. So I've got the typewriter. I'll grab one of the plain card bases, and of course this vintage burlap kind of bag, really pretty, filled with flowers. So we're going to go ahead and make 3 cards as instructed. Love this. This is your instructions. Saving all of these for a class that Celine and I are going to have if I get my button gear. And this is your instruction thing that comes within your kit. You have ruler here that is strictly imperial measurements because we do not, unfortunately at this time, do not sell paper pumpkin in international markets. So it's just inches, imperial measurements, not metric. And these are each instruction for each card that we're going to make today. This is a full shot of what you need for each card. And on the back side, you have a QR code. Scan this QR code and watch a video to follow along while assembling your kit. You have another QR code to shop kit add-ons and other exclusive products strictly for Paper Pumpkin subscribers. So this is the die image, or the die images for this month's, last month's, and next month's kit, if that makes sense. Yes. And this is everything you get in your kit. Coordinating colors: Calypso Coral, Darling Duckling, Gray Granite, Lost Lagoon, Pecan Pie, and Secret Sea. 9 cards with 9 envelopes when you are finished, unless you make your kit go further. So we have envelopes. We have linen thread, which is awesome. Okay. To me, country themed is linen thread. We've got our tags, as I showed you, die cut pieces, and our envelopes. So we are going to start with the typewriter. Why not? I need my instructions so I can show you what we need to do. Welcome everyone, good morning. Actually, I should do these in order, but we'll start with card number 3 since that's what I grabbed. Got our stamps. Highly recommend having your piercing mat. Since we are using photopolymer stamps, we want our Versamark because we need to season our stamps. And every paper pumpkin does not come with a block. You will get a D block, a standard D block that looks like this. It's not the ergonomic ones, but this is strictly for paper pumpkin and the ones that come in your other kits if you order kits from the kit collection. It's a standard D block, but I love to use my ergonomic block. So I've got that needs to be cleaned. So I'm going to grab that, and I probably will interchange blocks because I have so many. And for using photopolymer stamps, I season with Versamark before I stamp in ink. And then I use this for any, it gives me that foam padding that I need for my photopolymer stamps because they're not the red rubber, which there are some announcements about that. If you haven't seen, the red rubber foam clear mount stamps are going to be discontinued. So starting in November, when you order stamp sets, you are going to see the them come in photopolymer. I think that they'll probably, I don't know the whole announcement, so I don't want to give you misinformation, but we are going to go straight over to photopolymer because it's very difficult now with the way of the world and things going on and the economy and getting things and, you know, the expense of doing things overseas and whatnot, or shipping product we need, or Stampin' Up needs to create things from overseas to their home office to manufacture. It's getting pretty expensive, which is going to increase the cost for all of us. So they're trying to make it economical for us. Photopolymer are great, and they have new packaging coming. All their packaging for their stamps, as well as their dies, are going to come in packages like this. They're a little different. This is my Halloween one, but they're a little different. They don't actually have this section here. They'll tuck in, but it's going to be great for storage. Easy storage, saves on space, and all that wonderful stuff that I'm really excited about. So I don't have a lot of space to store stuff. Now, if you store things in a bookshelf type thing and you want to see the binding, you can probably right now still buy the plastic cases. that the regular stamps come in like this, which I love to get for my ephemera. And then I put the labels here. So I got 2 sets of different ephemera in there. But I like to have those for my ephemera pieces. But you can get those, stock up on them. They're probably going to sell out because I'm sure they'll be discontinued unless they're going to keep them for whatever. I'm not sure. But I'll have that full announcement out there soon for everybody. So, all right. So we are going to do some stamping. And this first card is going to require us to do the floral image to say thank you and just a note. And that's going to go on the typewriter. And there's some stamping here. All right, so we got a lot of stamps we're going to be using. So I'm going to grab a couple other blocks. So what I'm going to need is I have all my stamps. I need this image. I'm going to lay that there so it kind of gets back into shape, because when you pull your photopolymer stamps off of this little plastic thing, it will show you, they are very flexible, and you want them to relax and get straight so that you're stamping straight. Does that make sense? I mean, you could still stamp crooked because life happens like that, but all right, to say thank you. Love this. So we are going to get some blocks. My dog is, I don't know, smelling the breeze, and maybe there's something outside. She's hoofing in here. All right, so we've got this stamp, and we've got the floral stamp, and I'm going to grab a smaller block. I'm going to try and space these right the way they need to go. I'm going to pick up one. Hopefully I can stamp them both at the same time, but I will test that out first. And then hopefully they're lined up right. But we'll test that before stamping on anything. And then we need one more block for this one. Let's see if I got another tiny block. I started packing up my blocks for my class in September. There are, I think, 7 seats left for my card buffet. So if anyone is interested, you may want to reach out to me and get your reservation all set. You have to pay in advance, but there's 7 seats left. So I'm only going to 25. So make sure everybody's getting their registration in. It's actually due on the 27th. So, all right, so here we go. We are going to stamp. We've got our card base, and on the inside, so we want to grab our bone folder. We're going to go ahead and varnish that edge, and we're going to do some stamping on here. So let's go ahead and get our secret C and our Versamark. And I'm looking for instructions on my video. That's not going to help me, right? Because that's funny. Well, what I don't understand, oh, I see. So there's a tag that goes over that. Got you. So let's do this. And we're going to, so I put some Versamark on this stamp here. I'm going to put that in my ink. And that's going to go across the, oh, it's going to go a couple times across. So I'm going to stamp right there. Oh, I got a blotchy mark. That's horrible. Oh no, it's part of the image. I'm such a goof. And let me grab a piece of scrap because it doesn't go all the way over. So I'm going to do some masking. It just goes a little way over. So I started in the wrong spot, but that's all good. So a little ways over. Bring this back here. Some masking. My hands are shaky. I should drink some more coffee, right? Just set it down. Let it go. And that is how you do that. It's kind of a little crooked, but I didn't want to get my head under the camera. Jim making me crazy coffee. And oddly enough, I'm out of creamer. How does that happen to me? I have no idea. So I use skim milk and a teeny bit of sugar. Hey, Maggie, welcome. Good morning. Thanks for being here. All right, so now we're going to put some Versamark on our, we're going to do the inside of our card to say thank you. Now, on that scrap I just had, let's move this aside, not get it in my ink. I'm going to see if this is going to stamp straight. Oh, looks like good placement to me. And stamp the right side of my card on the inside. So you've got that. Nice. Floral image. Hit it up with some Versamark to season your stamp. And this Versamark does not hurt your ink pad, just so you know that. We got some flowers up here. And we're going to flip it and do a set of flowers right here, like so. And there you go. That's the inside of your card. Super cute. And we'll close that, set that aside. And then we need our tag. Now the tag we need is this fun shape right here that is actually going to be facing this way. And for me, I am going to pop this out because I want to make sure I'm going to stamp it in the right spot. It is going to cover this section like so. But what's odd to me is, how do they get it so this is larger than what's there? So do they stamp way up here, or does it get trimmed? Oh, I almost just wanted to stamp it on there, but does it cover those flowers? I think it does, and then you put more flowers around it. That's what we're going with. That's what they gave us, so that's what I'm doing. Okay. Season our stamp. Get some ink on that, and I'm going to put it close to the top. Nope, I didn't probably want to do that there. Huh. I'm going to keep going. We'll work it out. It's going to go here. It's going to go here, and there's going to be flowers around it, and I think it'll be fine. Wouldn't it be great if I could just slice, but we're not going to do that because this is how the kit instructs me to do it. So let's close our Versamark and our ink pad so we don't have a disaster. Oh, well, this just goes to show me read the directions or follow the directions. Look at this. We need this typewriter, and it's going to go like this. How quaint is that? And look at just what I was saying. You need the die cut piece. Could I have done it without it? Absolutely. But look at that. Slides right in there. Too stinking cute. Oh, I'm in love. All right. Look at these directions when you're following along. You can see right here, you need the typewriter piece, your note, and you're going to add those together, and boom, put that on there. I'm such a goofball. So with that, we need flowers. What flowers do we need? We need a set of the yellow, which are Darling Duckling, and this is Calypso Coral. Okay, now that we got this, they say to put dimensionals on both of these, slide this in. I'm actually just going to slide it in as I need it, like so. And then I'll add dimensionals to tack that down. I'm actually going to pull in my larger dimensionals, just because. And we will go from there. Yeah, it just took me a minute, right? Thank you. I should have been looking at my, yes, I didn't get to watch Beth. I like watching her. She is so creative. I remember when she did her, this is more than I probably need, but I remember when she did her coffee latte video technique. I was like, oh, I need to learn how to do that. All right, so this now goes over this, like so. So you've got dimensionals on that. Gives it some dimension, obviously. It's super cute, and I think I did my paper the wrong way, but that is okay. I'm fine with it. They're going to get covered. This is going to go here, so these need dimensionals. And I'm missing another flower, I think. Let's find my other die cut pieces. No? I think that's all there is. All right. So with these, we'll use our mini. Actually, I'll use these minis because they're started. So cool. Maggie, my daughter's been telling me how hot it is your way, and wow. What's funny about her is she is like my sweatshirt girl. She loves her sweatshirts. So all this being in California and oh, I think I only see one yellow there. It looks like, oh, it's that one there. So she is loving being there, but the heat, she loves wearing her sweatshirts. So there is card number 1. Is that not fun? No twine on this one. No need for any kind of bling because we got specks of stuff. If you wanted, you could use some Winkastella to jazz it up, but this is how the kit instructs, so we're going to leave that as is. And I think what I want to do is grab an envelope, and I'm just going to dress an envelope up because I can. We're going to grab that floral stamp again, or, yeah, let's grab the floral stamp. I'm going to put some ink on that, and I'm just going to put it up here on the envelope. So that will be my no naked envelopes. We already got the back side dressed up with as it comes, and then we added that beautiful floral image right there to tie it in with that card. Okay, perfect. Card number 2. Let's see if I can follow instructions this time. I'm going backwards in my instructions, but it's all good. I love the sentiments in this. All right, so we got that. Let's see what we need for this one. I need all the rest of these floral images. I need these 2, the bag, and the handle. My house is in a little cooler area because I'm by the beach, but it's still hot. Yeah, that's what she said. It's almost like your summer. Isn't that interesting? I'm hoping she gets home soon, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see. We will see when she gets a break. But, okay, so we need to take our, I'm going to put all the dimensionals I need to on these first. So these get dimensionals. This one does. Keep pulling in the wrong things. All right. All right, so we got that one. This one is going to get a mini cut in half. And I don't have one of those done, so I'll grab my adhesive scissors. I'm just going to cut a mini dimensional in half. Then somewhere is my take your pick tool. I didn't pick up the last time I was in here, which is hilarious to even say because y'all know how I talk about my room. I didn't pick up my work area. How's that? That's more of not a lie. Ah, there's that one. I just lost the other piece. There it is. These little boogers are hard to pick up when... My friend Sue, I don't know if she's out there watching today, she sent me, and I didn't get a chance to respond. Yesterday she sent me a picture of these huge glue dots. They're like this big. Talk about googers, sorry, not boogers, I call them googers. This one is going to go right on the bag, so I'm just going to go ahead and place that now, just to give it some, look at, it's just fun, right? It's just fun. Okay, so we got those. These all need dimensionals. So we'll come in with our mini ones again. Add those. So I went to that concert at Tags, and I'm so glad I ended up buying a ticket and going. Oh my goodness, if you ever have the chance to see Jackson Dean in concert, wow, incredible. I don't know if you are country fans out there, but it was a great show. And of course, Jordan Davis is amazing, and I love his music. So there were a lot of songs that I knew of his, and I thought, yeah, I really need to go to that concert. So I did. I'm not afraid to do that stuff by myself. So I got a ticket, and I was in the 6th row, and I got to see Aaliyah's friend Matthew, and someone yelled for him, and that's when she was working tags. Someone yelled for him, and I was pretty excited that they kind of found him for me because I was searching all over for him. So we took a selfie and sent it to Aaliyah, and she was so happy. So she misses her people. All right, stamp. We need to stamp. We need to pay attention, right? All right, so I'm going to remove that stamp, and I need For You. For You. I wish a breeze would come through this window. And I need this tag. Yep. And that is going to get some Versamark. And then tap that in my ink. You just need to tap, 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 and lower towards the, it could have been in the middle, but I did it down a little lower because that's going to get a tag on it. And what goes on the inside? Good friends. I like that. Get to use that wonderful sentiment. Oh. I think the amount of time that I spend in this craft room, I should invest in some stuff to make it cooler in here. I have a heater for the winter, but you know, I don't need that right now. Versamark. Close that. I need the inside of my card. So we're going to stamp. Let's go ahead and varnish this. I bet it's absolutely beautiful where you live, Maggie. I'll see it, hopefully, next year. Good friends are hard to find. I'm so glad we found each other. And we're going to take that off. We're going to stamp up our floral image again. This seems to be the go-to effect on the inside of the card. It's a bit of, that's nice. I love that. I love the ocean. I love the beach. I love the sound of it. I think that's why I love waterfalls and all that kind of stuff too. So I get to see all that stuff in our area. I'm sure there's falls and stuff in your area too. So that's the inside of this card. That's the outside not done. Let's peel these backings off all over the place this morning. All of you watching, feel free to say hi. Thank you for being here. This is going to go right on top of that bag to give it some dimension. So it looks like, it really looks totally awesome. Love it. We got our flowers that I've peeled the stuff off of already. So this one is going to go kind of overlap the bag a little right there. The Darling Duckling ones, do they just go on here? I think they do. They're going to pop up right there. And then this one, I think, is going to tuck over that one, or on top of, I shouldn't say, right there. So we got all this dimension, and now we want to, that is why this is here, because that's where you're going to tie your tag. Super stinking cute. How many of you are Paper Pumpkin subscribers? Took my nephew to lunch yesterday to my favorite restaurant right on the bluff overlooking the shore. Oh my goodness, I bet it was lovely. Sounds like it. Sometimes living in an area, you take those things for granted at times and don't, you know, oh, I can go do it tomorrow. Oh, I can go to the beach tomorrow. I can go to the lake tomorrow, whatever the case is. Here, it's like, oh, I can go to that restaurant and get a lakeside view seating, and next thing you know, winter's here and the restaurant's closed for the season. I'm trying to find the beginning of my twine or thread. Don't know where it is. tucked in somewhere. We'll find it. Oh, come on. I see tape there. That's taping that end down. I might have to just start my own beginning. Is that it? Yep, got it. Got it. Just took a little searching. And, oh, my back is a little sore. Let's see. Again, I'm looking on my screen too. We need 12 inches. Seems like a lot, but that's okay. 12 inches of linen thread. Ribbon scissors. And, we're going to add this on. I'm going to grab some dimensionals. I almost think I want to do a double bow and not, I think I could totally do a double bow on this. Let's tie that on. I don't know, we'll see what I can do. I might not be that skilled. Tie that on. Enjoy the ocean as often as I can. Water aerobics class is outdoor pool. Oh, wow. That's nice. It's nice when we appreciate the areas we live in. I like that a lot. Okay, that's not going to work, so we're just going to tack that down where it belongs. We're going to bring this under because that's going to get tied there. I think this is way too much linen thread, so I would skimp on using 12 inches and just use maybe 7. And we need more dimensionals. And I want to at least make 1 or 2 alternates with you. So, all right, so that is going to go there. And I need 1 more dimensional so it's the same height. There goes geese over. There. So there's no drooping in my sentiment there. And let's tie this around this. You don't want to tie it too tight because you don't want to rip your paper. I'm going to tie it in a knot and then tie it in a bow. I'm going to flip this upside down so my bow goes in the right direction, hopefully. I always say that, and sometimes it just has a mind of its own. Oh, come on. Let's try that again. You could also put your, let's grab this because my fingernails are not helping me at all. You could tie this or put your tag on as that way and just put a faux bow, you know what I mean? Cheat and just tie a bow and tack it on there, but I like the looks of that. We're going to trim this. Got a lot of waste, unfortunately, but there you go. So I would definitely use a smaller piece of twine or linen thread. So there's that. Beautiful. That's card number 2. And let's dress up an envelope with more fun stuff. What do we got? We got some flower images. Let's grab stamps. Where are they? We've got these little tiny flowers. Come on. And another black because I'm running low. Over here. Add these. Versamark ink. I'm waiting for myself to stick my elbow in my ink. We're going to do 2 flowers here, like so. And let's grab the leaves. so lovely to have so many blocks. And leaves, Versamark ink. And I'm going to add, how do I want to do this? I could just kind of center it right there. And then add one more flower or two more flowers. I could have taken that one out of there, but it'll be okay. And just do a little cluster of flowers down in the lower corner to go with that card. Okay, now last card as the kit instructs. Hi Robin, welcome. Thank you for being here. All right, this one got this beautiful, this is beautiful. And our card base and our envelope. And again, we're gonna do fun on the inside. Set that aside for now. What else do we need? A tag and this. I see some fun stuff happening with that image in another card. Okay, let me take a sip of coffee. All right. Now, it's gonna fold this way. We're gonna do some stamping with this image again. I already dipped it in Versamark earlier. So we are going to, at the base of our card, front, we're gonna add some of this. And you can line them up the best you can. You can stagger them. Some of it's gonna be covered. And do this. And again, bring in that piece of paper I had earlier. And maybe I'll do it this way so that I don't go off the page because it's not quite. Hold still. Perfect. At least close enough for me, right? So you can see on here, they do the stamping. It'll show you some things overlap. I should have followed their instructions, but I did my own thing. As usual, went rogue. And on the inside, we need "You Are Loved." Versamark ink. You are loved. Make sure we're in the right direction. And then those beautiful floral images again. Just have to remember that I've already dipped them in ink and I don't want to stick them in my Versamark. That would be bad. I have to tell you, my mom found this Versamark at a yard sale probably 20 years ago, and it's still kicking. I don't even think I've refilled it. It's wonderful. I don't do a lot of heat embossing though. It's not really something I do a lot of because I think it's because it's time consuming. I love the look. I made wedding cards for someone once and used it. It was beautiful. I did it on vellum and then colored the vellum with our Stampin' Up markers that are going away. They're in the last chance if they're not gone already. Just letting y'all know that. And that's because the techniques that you use those stamps for are part of the red rubber stamps. So since some things are discontinuing, they will find other things for us to use. Plus, Stampin' Blends are very popular. Alcohol-based markers throughout the entire market are very popular. So I like to use blends. I'm just not a pro at it. All right, we're going to add dimensionals to this. We need 5. I'm using the bigger ones I have in my stash. You don't have to. You use what comes in your paper pumpkin. That's why they give them to you, so you don't need extra product. And this will go right, make sure I didn't forget stamping anything, right there. And then we'll stamp a sentiment thank you. Thank you is on another block, so let's switch some stuff out here. And I need the tag that has the that to me looks like cloud cover, doesn't it? I'm gonna pull it in. It's probably Lost Lagoon. Now I see the difference. Lost Lagoon. I couldn't remember what color it was. All right. I closed my ink so I wasn't sticking my elbow in it. Thank you goes right across the Lost Lagoon color. And since this is going to overlay partially on this, you just want to put one tiny dimensional on the end here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those. Put one on the end. And then for the rest of it, I am going to actually pull in because it's easier for me. And I don't think any other adhesive came with this, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and place that right there, like so. And is there any twine on this? Nope. There is card number 3. So these are our 3 cards. Oh, let's dress up the envelope. I think we could go ahead and take that fun image. Where'd I put it? Right here. And just add this down to the bottom. Like so. All right, so we've stamped our envelopes. There's one. There's card number 2. And card number 3. Love them. They're so beautiful. Very farmhouse vintage look. Okay, now we're going to do some alternates. A couple of alternates, and then I'll hopefully have time to make more at some point. I know, I'm still working on my strawberry recipe book that I was trying to make. But I'll get there. I could give you a sneak peek. I think it's cute. But I got to get the book from the Dollar Tree. All right, we're going to bring in all of our other goodies for alternates. I'm going to try and use what we have without adding too much other product. Because sometimes people can't, unless you have stuff in your stash already. Sometimes people can't always do that, right? All right, we'll put these instructions away because we're good there. And we got all our stamps. These fun things. And so we've got one of these, the plain one, and the bag somewhere right there. And let's see, I think this one is going to be fun. I'm going to go ahead and fold this. Oh, you don't subscribe to Paper Pumpkin? You know what? I never get extras, but you can check with Maggie if you want to get your hands on this. Rachel Tessman gets extras. Who else? I might be able to get my hands on an extra kit if there's any left. If you want me to get one for you, reach out to me in Messenger and I'll see if they're available. But I know like Rachel Tessman, Erica Serwin, Tammy White, I think they all order extra Paper Pumpkin kits. And with Tammy White, if you get a Paper Pumpkin kit from her, I think you'll get an add-on of like 6 video tutorials for alternate projects as well. So, or, you know, I can check the online store and see if I have it available if you wanted one. So, and since you're a demonstrator, I'd get it as a discounted demonstrator order. So let me know. Okay, I'll look and see if they have them. Sometimes they have them without the ink. It's just a refill kit. So, but then it doesn't come with the stamps either, so that doesn't help you. So we'll figure something out. I'll keep in I'll check and touch base. Oh, that's okay that you're late. I love that you're here. Thank you. All right, so let's play around. I'm going to do some crazy fussy cutting, and I know, do I want to do that? I just really love the look of this, and I think I could use this for something else. So if I want to, I really want these vases. All right, we're just going to send it. And how do I want to do this? Because I don't want to, oh, I don't want to be upset if I cut this and it doesn't work out. Take the first step, take the plunge, do it. Because where it's got flowers in it, I can cover with my idea. I love that there's a mason jar in here. I just got some really pretty flowers and put them in a mason jar. They're beautiful. And I think with this other one here, I'm going to keep those flowers in it. The teapot. Because we got some stuff going on, and maybe some of it will be cut off. It's not going to be perfect. Just your basic little bit of fussy cutting. I have a vision, believe me. We'll see how it goes. I swear I can't talk and fussy cut at the same time. I think it scares me. Move the paper, not the scissors, right? These got goop on them, I see it. All right, so we've got that piece. We're gonna save that for something else. I'm going to add this here. First I wanna do some, look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut this card base in half. Paper trimmer. In my bag because I took it to work. 3 days I took this to work and didn't get to work on anything on my lunch hour, so now I'm not doing that anymore. Or I need to shut my door and put a sign on, do not disturb. Actually, I only get a half hour for lunch, so it makes it kind of difficult. But it's all good. All right, we are going to cut this card base in half. Keep this for something else. And this is going to be a top layer to a card. So I'm going to cut this down to 4 1/4, or I'm sorry, 4 inches by 5 1/4. You're welcome. All right, put this over here. I have to remember before I flip my camera to put on my little gift from, oh, that looks too blended in. I need to trim that some more. My gift from Jenny. Can't forget. And when everybody sees it, they'll know, hopefully. The stories I've shared. All right, so I think this is going to go here, and it's going to go flush to the card base instead of anything else. So let's grab my liquid glue, get the googers off. Oops. This here, like so. So we've got that for a layer on a card base, and I'm going to use, I think, I'm going to pop it out with one of these colors. Maybe Lost Lagoon would be a good color, or stamps. I'm going to grab another one of those teapots, and we're going to stamp that. And then I want to stamp I want to do that. I don't really want to cover any of that. I think I glued that down too quick. Let's see what we can do. All right, I need Versamark ink and a color that's going to go nicely. Yep, I'm grabbing it. Perfect. And we're going to fussy cut that. Gotta kind of give this some shading. So I'll come in with a blending brush. I don't have the, don't forget about the in color sale as well, 15% off select products. That's awesome. That includes the 2025-27 in colors. And it's even got papers on sale that have those colors in them, which is super cool. All right, we're cutting out the teapot. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'll check that out. Thanks for checking, Robin. I appreciate that. The downside is the refills don't come with the stamps, so we'll figure something out. All right, so there's that, and I am going to grab, I think what I want, I think we're going to cut this down to size. Well, I think I'll stamp the flowers on there in a lighter shade. I kind of want this to go on here, but I don't want to cover up all that stuff. But I need it to look rustic, so we need to add some kind of blending or something to it. So I'm going to actually grab a blending pen. Make sure it's pretty clean. These I've had forever too, which is just remarkable. And I'm going to pick up, actually I don't mind picking up ink right from the ink pad. It's not going to bother it. I'm going to kind of blend that out a little bit. Maybe my vision is not going to work, but just kind of add some color on the inside. Some book there. Don't want to do too much of that because you don't want the paper to pill. Add a little bit more ink. Come in. You can see that the paper pilled a little bit because I was being too aggressive. I'm no pro with coloring, so that is for sure, especially with blending pens. But we're going to add some other stuff, so if it ends up looking horrible, we'll just do something different. Just got to be careful with blending pens. Kind of gives it that. On regular cardstock, it's just very difficult to use them, but if you let that dry, it kind of gives you a little bit of stuff going on. Of course, I'm getting ink all over my fingers. Kind of now blends in a little bit more. I kind of don't want to cover that up, but I could. Maybe I'll put this on the inside of the card. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm liking it completely, so we're gonna set that aside for now. It was good while the vision lasted, but I'm not feeling it. I should have done it back here and maybe done it on something that was like I should have tucked it in back there. Done it on like regular stamped on what am I trying to say, designer series paper versus regular paper. So all good. Let's venture on to something different. Let's move this stamp out of the way. And I could just do this as is and not worry about it, right? But I got to do something here. We need some flowers to pop out right there. And I could take this flower, add it right there. This is just kind of giving you more for your money. And we're going to add a dimensional on that. This might just make me happier instead. So we're going to go with that. Sorry for the mishap. Yes, you do have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to order one, but I, as a subscriber, can order for a customer because those are cash and carry. So I can certainly get one for her. So there's that. I think I'll add some other flowers here. That will make me feel a little bit better about my decision. And so we got that. And then maybe this would look good right there. Adding those. Sure. Put some dimensionals on there. Just a nice way to cover up my ubu. The country birdhouses and that other country floral, was it? Retired stuff would have looked really super awesome with this set. So I think that's decent. And honestly, I could take stamps. There. Thank you for your constant friendship and listening ear. You're simply the best. Always here for you. I'm going to do that friend one again because I really love it. And this is just going to go right on this layer. Right here. And let's get, I kind of want to use this color. Let's get some Lost Lagoon. I think that would look great. Lost Lagoon. Look at that. I already have a piece cut. Oh, actually, yes, I do. It's got Lost Lagoon. I'm going to fold this over. It's your standard card base, 8.25, 8.5 by 5.5. And fold that. I like to score them before I do that, but that's okay. Got that. And this will go right on this card base. I'm going to use dimensionals to pop that up. And then we'll add some twine. Or linen thread, something that I might have in my retired stash would even look great. Never be afraid to pull out your retired stuff and use it. That's why you buy it. Not everybody has to use current product. I like to use my retired stuff. How else is it going to be used if I don't use it, right? Unless I sell it to somebody who really wants to have it. Destashing is a top priority. So why not use it to destash? How many packs of paper I could use to make mini albums? Oh my goodness. If I could sit down for a couple hours and actually have the time to do it, that would be fantastic. Oh, twine. I'm gonna come in here and I think tying above or below. I think tying, well, there is a trick to not have to use all this twine, but I am just going to use it. I say twine, linen thread. There's that. And now, oh, it's stuck down because I took the backings off. What a goober. That's where your silicone mat comes in handy. All right, we'll leave that as is, and I'll get this where I need it. And then I'll tie my bow. It's pretty simple. Then you can take the piece you have left over. Just go ahead and cut that. Yeah, I like using them, but sometimes you just need special paper. Like the glossy paper was great, and the shimmer white, of course, watercolor paper works amazing. But the blending pens do work great for all that fun stuff. So there is that. So there is a card alternate by cutting that window frame apart, and I can do something with the remainder of the window frame. I'm not concerned about that. So it's just a little alternate card, and then I'll add a piece of, I could take this piece that I cut, I could cut it down to a little smaller, which I will do. And we'll do one more alternate card, and I will let you all go for today. So I want 3.5. You can keep these strips, don't get rid of those, by 4 3/4, because they can become tags. And this can get adhered to the inside of your card so that you have a place to write your greeting to someone. And I'm just going to pull in my seal like so. And there you go. Nice alternate card there. Fun. All right, now let's make one more. I'm really excited. I'm not going to want to stop. Why not take the rest of this section, and we are going to play with this, but I'm going to come in here and cut this along the base of, like almost in the, where I cut out that section. So you've got that little window. And yes, we can do something with this. Take another one of these. I'm going to cut this off, and I'm going to use this section for this card. So we'll grab our trimmer again. This is where you can start cutting your card bases apart and making them go a little bit further. And that is so awesome. So I want, let's cut this at 3. I'm going to cut it at 3.5. Is that 3.5? That would fit on there. 3.5 by 4 3/4. Now, if you want to get that effect of the rustic thing going on with the window, you can take your scissors and go ahead and run them along the edges to give that rustic look. And once you do that, you can come in with some pecan pie. See, it gives you a little bit of rustic. It'll flatten out when we get it adhered to whatever we're putting it on. It is a little bit much for your, we're going to add this here midway. And I want to put a label there. So I'm also going to take this label, which is perfect size, and I want to tear the ends. Like so. Bring my scissors back in, rough up this edge on both sides. We already got the ends already worn looking. that. We're going to add some ink. I think I'm going to use Pecan Pie because it is a coordinating color and it's got pops of that in the window frame. And let's close this ink pad. Got it right by my elbow and I swear I'm going to put it right in it. All right, now I want, where's the other, we're going to use this. This one says, thank you for your constant friendship and listening ear. But first, we want to find a dauber that is Pecan Pie, which is this color. You need to get them labeled. Dab that in there. Come in on that ridged edge that is all fun with the rustic vibe. Just add your ink. You're going to do that. You can do that to this. I love inking edges. Especially with this color, it gives it kind of a burnt look, like a wanted sign. It just adds a little bit to the vintagey country vibe. All right, put our Pecan Pie. Actually, I might actually use this for my tag. So let's pull this one off. I'm going to have a lot of stamps to clean. Love the options of all these stamps. So I got Gook on there. I already got glue on that. Versamark. Pecan Pie. Stamp that in the center. Close that. And now we can adhere this. The center of this. We're going to put this on top and we are going to add some floral images, I think, to pop in there. Kind of gives you that whole window vibe partially. Yes, this is going to go flush to the card base. Grab our seal. I need to fill my Tombow precision tip bottle. Let's see what we get comments. Thank you. Thank you for the compliments. And so we got that. This can get dimensionals. Trying to get in the habit of putting things back where they belong when I'm done cutting or using them. Doesn't always happen. I just get excited about creating. All right, so we've got that. But wait. Oh, that's off center. Wait, there's more. Perfect. Why not clean this stamp off and add, clean your stamp. Need your cleaning thing, which is where hiding. Should have brought my chamois in. We'll do something different. Let's grab this. Where is it? I've almost used every stamp. That is so super cool. Just going to add some texture to the base of this. And you can do stamp, stamp again. So do second generation. Stamping. Add that there. lighter there, and just kind of randomly go across. Turning your stamp, and I want to stamp off and make that lighter. Perfect. Just kind of adds to the background, taking up that white space. And this is going to go on, how about, I really truly am seeing Secret Sea. All right, so what I want to do, these measure 4, I think it's 4 by 5 1/4. So I want to rough up the edges of these as well and add some ink to that. And then we will be good to go. We'll find a card base and I'll be happy. Maybe we'll get something with a pop of color. These colors, Secret Sea and Cloud Cover, to me are so calming. I love this technique. So simple. And then just add your ink. Or you could tear, as long as you have enough border. You could use your blending brushes. And I am just gonna kind of come in and let's move this because I don't want ink on that. I want to get that color all through there, around the edge. I'm liking the way the pecan pie coordinates with this color here. There. There's that. We're going to put that here. I'm going to use dimensionals. Pretty popped up card. Lost my dimensionals that I already had in my hand. Crazy girl. I have a lot of mini dimensionals. Drives me insane. I like them. I just need to use them. And you get more to a sheet, so I don't know why I don't use them. All right, we are almost done. This was fun. I needed a little craft time. I was at the concert, and you know, every now and then I get the urge to buy merch. Not that I have the extra money, but I did. Spoil myself. And I got a Jordan Davis t-shirt. And there were some people ahead of me, and the girls checked out and whatnot, and I walked up to the counter, sat my purse there. There was nothing there but the little, I don't know what it's called for your credit card. You could tap or chip reader type thing. And it's going to bother me. I can't think of the name, but that's okay. So I sat there and I put my purse down, picked out my shirt, wanted her to show me it in different sizes so that I felt comfortable with whatever I was getting. And I'm going to grab some more twine or linen thread because I think it just adds so much. So I set my purse down. I already said that like twice. And there was 50 cents on the table. That wasn't there when I set my purse down. And if you know the story of when Brett passed, and I had such a vivid dream of him, and I dreamt of 50-cent pieces. Ugh. And I yelled to him when I woke up that morning saying, really, 50-cent pieces are going to represent when you're in the room with me? That's so wrong. So now I associate not just 50 cents pieces, but 50 cents, as well as quarters at times. Usually the quarters show up in twos. I know he's with me. And that night there were 2 quarters on the table, and I looked at the girl that was checking me out, and I'm like, or I should say tallying my order for my shirt. And I said, are these yours? Did the girls leave you a 50-cent tip? And she's like, no, that wasn't there. And I hadn't even opened my purse to get out my money yet. And I was like, can I tell you a really quick story and don't think I'm weird? She's like, sure. I said, well, when my husband died, I dreamt of 50-cent pieces. And I thought to myself, that is what shows up when he's around. So lo and behold, Brett was at that concert with me. I felt his presence the moment I found those quarters. Tucked them in my purse. And I said, I'm going to take these if you don't mind. She's like, no, thank you for sharing your story. That's pretty amazing. I'm like, yeah, it is. And it's interesting when it happens. So, yeah, it was great. All right, there is partial window, kind of the floral images. I want to add another flower just to give it some dimension. So we're going to take these 2 flowers right here, and I'm going to tuck those in right there to give it some dimension, or to give it some more flower image. So yeah, that was that story. That was very interesting that had happened. And I think I was struggling, and I think his presence was there with me because I have not been to Tags. Have I been to Tags since Aaliyah went to California? I don't know, but that was her love. She loved being at Tags. And, oh, that looks so cool. Let's get a card base. Hold tight, and I'll come back to that. Oh, I can't take those. That's for my card buffet. Almost took something I needed. Okay, I got pecan pie. That worked out. So yeah, that was very, very interesting to have him present when I was missing seeing Aaliyah, and her friends were happy that I saw them. It was pretty cool. I am just going to add some ink on the edges of this card base all the way around. Whew. And then I'm going to stop because it's getting warm in here. You have spent an hour and a half with me, and I'm so blessed this morning. Thank you so much. There's so much to this day, and I'm glad I could share part of it with all of you. So I'll just add a little bit of darkness here. There we go. All right, that's an easy way. And then when you fold this in half, you can come back in and again, I like to score my paper instead so I don't get those wonky creases. You're going to come back in and do the same to the other. Now the back side, I didn't really need to do that, but I did. It's all good. This is going to go on top, like so, flush to the card base, and we are going to be all set. And I got to share what I got from Ginny. I keep reminding myself so I don't forget. Thanks for the compliments. I'm very vintage fan. And then I'll add something to the inside. So that card will be done after that is done. But for now, we're going to leave as is. So I can put this on. And you can get a laugh. Those of you who know, we actually are twinning. She surprised me. So it's over my clothes, but I'll show you. I'm loving it. Show you my 2 alternates. And there's those. All right, we're gonna flip flip the camera back around. And those of you who know, I got a lobster shirt. I cannot wait to wear it the next time I go to Maine and hang out with the girls. Aw, thank you. you so much, Maggie. Thank you, everyone that joined me while I was here live. Jenny, thank you for my wonderful shirt. I'm glad we're twinning with shirt and now a bracelet as well. Love you dearly. I love you all so much. Thank you for sharing your Sunday morning with me. Many Stampin' blessings. I'll see y'all again soon. Bye for now.